Hello and welcome back to the channel. We've got a real mix for you this week. We've got antiques from all over Europe. We've got German, Dutch, Belgium and France. So we're starting today with this lovely enamel coffee pot with floral decoration. These are very popular and especially popular in one country. Which one's that, Tracy?
Japan.
Japan. The Japanese really love these, and we've sold a couple of pieces to Japan in the past. This is in good order. It's a large piece, as you can see. It has the usual chippiness around the enamel. All these old enamels often have chipping to them, which adds to the character, doesn't it? This is an old coffee pot. Comes in 3 pieces. And the clue to where it comes from is on the bottom here. Fabriqué en Belgique. Belgium. So this probably dates to about, I'd say, 30s or 40s, I'd think. But it's really nicely decorated. Very popular. And I guess you put your coffee in there, don't you? It's obviously a bit worn over the years. You put your coffee in there, your hot water on top, and let it brew up. Well, there we go. Yeah, very popular in Japan. But very French country farmhouse, French decor. Lovely piece. I think we bought this at Cannesy, didn't we, a few weeks ago?
We did.
You've only just got round to cleaning it, haven't you? You're slacking a bit, dear. Anyway, it's ready to go. But lovely old piece. That was our first piece of the day. Now, from Belgium to Holland. We've got another piece of Dutch Delft, very old. I think we had a vase on a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? A Delft vase from the 18th century. This actually bought an antique shop and it said that it's 17th century, but I actually think it's probably 18th. But tin glazed earthenware, hand painted, this lovely decoration. I mean, what are those flowers then, Tracy? You're the hexpert.
I've no idea. I think they're just...
No idea?
They look a little bit like poppies, but they could just be...
Yeah. It's got a bit of chipping around it, and I think you can see the marks on the back. Someone, I think, has had one of those ghastly metal plate hanging devices on, which are terrible for antiques, because they can have to do some damage. But this...
Yeah, but at the time people didn't realise that, to be fair.
No.
People were just told, oh, hang your plates on the wall, they'll be a lot safer from children and animals. That's what everybody did.
Cats.
And,
yeah,
they do tend to do damage where they clip on. Whichever ones you use, they tend to do some damage. But
yeah.
And some of these things probably wouldn't be here if they'd been left on the side, so it's can be difficult.
It's got the marks there. I haven't actually even tried to wash this one yet.
No, it does want to clean this one.
Does want to clean. Whether they should come out, I'd have thought, possibly, unless it's just the sun has, it's been. I don't know. We'll give it a try and see if it cleans up. But it certainly has some age. I mean, I bought it as 17th century. I think it's probably 18th, but even so, it's 300 years old, isn't it?
Mm.
And in quite good order for 300 years old, really.
Yeah, the artwork on it's really nice, actually.
Lovely and clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really do like that. But very similar to the piece we had about 2 weeks ago on the site, a vase, Delft vase from the 18th century. I believe 17th and 18th century, it was massive exporting from Holland, the Delft ware around Europe and probably the world, I would think.
Blue and white was very popular anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Transfer wear.
Yeah. Completely different. A chopper. This is an old, well, it'd be a butcher's knife or cleaver. It's very, very sharp. It's in good order. That's probably 100 years old. But of course, it's usable vintage, usable antiques. That's as effective today as it was in its day. And they made them to last. Not like these plastic-handled things that fall to bits these days, eh? That is still a solid piece of French cutlery.
I nearly said kitchenware then.
Kitchenware.
I don't think you'd call it kitchenware, yeah.
Well, you'd certainly have it in your kitchen now. You're chopping your herbs up. It's a really lovely bit. Yeah, really usable. Use your antiques, use the vintage. Very, very sharp. Anything you want to say about that, Tracy?
Yeah, keep out of reach of children, I'd say, with that one.
Yeah.
The edge on it.
Keep
We
out of
generally
reach of-
do find them with quite a sharp edge on, don't we?
It's really sharp, that.
So they're not toys. They're not to be left around to get into the wrong
I can't
hands.
even remember where this one came from. It's been a vide grenier, Brocante.
Yeah, it did come from vide grenier.
Yeah. Yeah, keep out of reach of children and cats. Yeah, there we go. Great for children. You don't eat meat anymore, do you, Tracy? But
No.
just good for herb cutting. Cutting your vegetables. Right, next. Next we have this beautiful little piece. This is very, very Art Nouveau, and this is German. This is WMF, which is
Go for it.
Wergensbergen. I can't say it. I've got it written down. I'm going to read it. It's Württembergisch metal Warren fabric. Our German friend Renata will be on to me for that. I'm sure it's tragic pronunciation, but Württembergisch metal Warren fabric. They started in 1853, and they're very well known for their Art Nouveau pieces. In Germany, Art Nouveau was called Jugendstil. I'm probably saying that wrong as well. Jugendstil. That was the German and Austrian version of Art Nouveau. But this is very, very Art Nouveau. The one thing about this stuff, we've sold it in the past, haven't we, WMF, and it's real top quality, isn't it? Come in and take a look at the decor.
The designs are always very elegant as well, aren't they, with WMF, usually?
Right in to see this little design. You see that?
No, because you're whizzing it round now.
You're getting in
it's
there.
reflecting very badly.
The handle. You can feel the quality on this piece. And the lid, lovely little lid. I suppose you call it a little claret jug, although
It's like a little claret jug.
it's based on a claret. You're not getting much claret in there, are you? It's small.
No, it's also, yeah.
But that hinge.
It's a bit like coffee pot as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah, put what you like in it. I mean, that hinge is.
But is it lined?
So
What's
solid.
inside it?
It's you see?
Has it had coffee in it? So
I think it's a bit small for coffee, isn't it? I suppose you might do a couple of coffees.
I'd say someone's had coffee in that.
Although the coffees, those coffees we had today, we went to a brocante at a place called Remilly-sur-Lozon. The coffees they gave us should have come with a knife and fork. They were solid, weren't they? They were.
Yeah, it was quite. It was nice coffee, but it was
okay, but
very strong.
Blimey,
Wasn't
it
it
was
I
strong.
mean,
Yeah.
it was really strong.
There are marks on this. I had to get my eye on glass on this at the time. Tiny little marks. Can you see them there?
No,
I
it's
mean,
just,
yeah. Even with the eyeglass, it was hard to read, but I just got WMF. But there we go. German, High Art Nouveau, Jugendstil. Beautiful little piece. And as I say, with WMF, the quality speaks on this. It's so well made.
I think that might have been a coffee pot, you know,
Yeah.
because we've had quite a few copper ones, haven't we, in that style from
Yeah.
Germany, the Art Nouveau style. They're always very elegant.
Yeah.
You know, they just have that
Beautifully made, that.
style.
Real quality. I thought it probably was WMF before I finally managed to see the numbers on there. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. And lastly today we have a piece of art, of course. Lovely little painting of a child. Now I think this dates to about 1920, judged by the style. What do you say, Tracy? 20s,
Yes,
30s.
it does.
It's an old canvas.
does look like
It's
that.
an old canvas though, but it's very cleverly done. I mean, if you come very close and look at the nose, it's quite raised. That light piece of paint on the nose is quite raised, isn't it? But it really works when you take it back, as a painting should do. When you look from a distance, it's really well done little picture. Yeah, I bought that in Coutances, locally. Charming little piece. Again, you look on the back. See, it's an aged canvas. Got a little letter up top there. It's a little bit of a clean,
It's
Tracy.
got something written, but I can't read what it's
Has
got
it?
written on it. Yeah.
What's that writing? Oh yes. I've never even seen that before. Let's have an investigation. Put the lunettes on. No. No, I can't. Maybe if we clean it off a little bit, you might be able to see it. What do you think? Can you see it on there? Getting it on the camera?
No, I'm not getting it on here. Only in certain letters looks like a COC and then a G, U or GI.
What, MONET?
No, definitely not.
No. Yeah, I thought it was quite a charming little picture. Yeah, from that date. I like that sort of period of art, 20s, 30s. It's good. It's in tidy order. It's a little bit of a clean-up, but nicely done. So I think that's it with our little pieces today. Let us know what you think in the comments. So what's been happening this week then, Tracy?
Well, we've been to a Viking fete.
Went to a Viking fete yesterday. That was really, really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good effort.
It's right in the middle of a town, believe it or not, but it was in a sort of grounds of a chateau in the town. But it's really good, wasn't it? Really well set out.
It was very good.
We'll show that film at the end of this. That was really good. And there was a really funky band, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
The whole area was really well done, actually. The stands and all the Viking tents. And they had combat, didn't they? They had reenactment type of things. And they had, they were showing you the old trades, weren't they?
Yeah.
Candle making. What else did they do?
Had a big boat there.
They had a boat there. They had a chariot there. Not chariot, sorry, cart. What else did they have?
They had everything, really. It was really well done.
They showed you making the clothes.
They had archery, and that was
sewing,
quite... We were laughing a bit about the archery. I was going to have a go, wasn't I? Because I've never done it, and I always wanted to have a go at the archery. But it wasn't on when we were there. We had to leave. And they had two big bales of straw, didn't they? Mm. These big bales of straw behind where you could fire the arrows onto the target. And
but the trouble was...
It didn't seem very high. And behind
it was the
Carrefour car park.
Supermarket car park. Yeah,
So
it's a little bit worrying.
I just popped out for a packet of hobnobs and I got an arrow in the neck. But yeah, health and safety.
Yeah.
I think it's probably all right. You weren't that far away from the target, were you?
Mind you, still arrows do go straight up.
I'd have to
It was
have a
all
go.
good though. Really, really well done. Was it? There was like so much to see and do, and you could get drinks and...
It was very, very good.
It was really, really good.
And the band were really weird. They were good.
The band, big
Very
shout
good.
out to the band. They were superb.
And the lady on the bagpipes, she was quite funny, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was very good. Reminded us of...
Miriam Margolis.
Yeah, she really did.
Yeah.
But they were superb, the band. Have to say, they were
They
really
were good, yes.
And the guys fighting as well. You know, they put on a really good show.
Yeah.
And the kids loved it, didn't they? Showing you how all the... what was interesting was how all the different weapons were used. You know, obviously swords and axes and daggers.
With the hook on.
But the lances
With the hook,
and how the hooks were used to pull the shields away and then you go in and kill them. It was really good, and how different weapons were used for different parts of the body. It was really good, actually.
Good day.
It was really
So that's all on at the end of the video. What else do we have? We had a visit this week from a couple of historians.
Yeah, who were checking out whether the house matched up with the photos that they had.
I've got some photos because this was a lot of history about the house during the war. This was used as a Red Cross hospital, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And they had some photos of some Germans outside the house, and I have to say, one of the photos, the side of the wall, they were trying to ascertain was it our house or not, and we think it probably was. But yeah, we'll try, if we can, put the photos on somewhere at the end. That was quite interesting. Our friend Gary, hello Gary, he helped us out because he's big on the history of the war around this area.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, isn't he?
Yeah,
about,
so he...
the history from that time.
We had a good chat with him and he's given us some good information. We'd like to try and find some pictures after the war of the house. Maybe the Americans took some pictures. All history before was wiped out in Saint-Lô, wasn't it?
All the archives in Saint-Lô were wiped
destroyed
out during the war.
So we can't find any information about the house, but maybe after the war there might be some records. So we might contact the American divisions that were here and see if we can find any info, get any more information. Because there's so much history around here. This area right here was some of the heaviest bombing, wasn't it? Something like 3,000 tons of bombs hit this area, and during the Normandy invasion. But it's fascinating. So much history, and there's a history of a vicar from the local village who was holed out here with 20 odd people in some kind of cavern on our land somewhere. We don't know where it is. We've never been able to find it. So, yeah, very interesting. Anything you want to add, Tracy?
Nope.
No? Quiet? Gone quiet on me?
Well, we did find out, actually, that there was a fire when...
at that end?
Yeah, at the stables end.
Go on.
So because we'd always thought that there looked like there had been another part to the side of the house, because there were holes where rafters or beams had gone. And then when we were reading the Red Book, it said about the fire, didn't it?
Yeah, and they tried to get the horses out there.
That was the other side. I think that was probably where our neighbour lives.
Yeah.
Where the horses were all in stables. The roof got set on fire, and the owner tried to go over to get the horses out. His horses were in there, but they didn't know whether the soldiers were German or American.
So they're saying, for God's sake,
they
go
they
out.
didn't let him go, and then they found out they're American, so he ran over and got all the horses out.
The
they
horses
were okay.
were saved, yeah.
Yeah, but quite interesting.
So many stories, so much history. Tragic
and they said as well, they said part of the roof, I think part of the roof must have been on the house side, must have been thatched, because they said the fire didn't get up to the tiled roof, which is our big main roof, isn't it?
Yeah. You can see where there's been a lot of rebuilding down that end, hasn't there? But yeah, so much history around this area. Really, I'd like to get
it is really interesting. We've got a lot off of Gary, actually.
Cheers, Gary.
He's very knowledgeable on
and I think
the war and that. He's ex-military as well, isn't he? So he's got like that interest.
Yeah, I think that's enough rambling for this week. If you're interested in any of our items, we sell on Etsy as Secret Chateau, and we have our own shop, secretchateau.com.
All the details are in the
in the description.
I'll try and put the Red Book as well in the description.
That's
where it's got a history from this area and the war
this
from
house
La
is in it quite a bit, isn't it? Very interesting, really fascinating story. I think we've been rambling on enough, so we will see you next time. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Bye.
Swords, eh?
Les Vikings, ça vaut. Animez votre fête. Tout au long des allées, des campements. À tout à l'heure. Oui.
Aline et les deux autres, c'est le bonheur. Elle a une phobie. Techniquement, je pense que la frappe, ils sont pas capables de faire. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Une photo de lui.
Hooray!